we could throw at our candidate? Because I'm sure there are people. No? Okay, so you're
right.
stuck with me.
All right, that's okay.
All right, one of the critical issues that have been going on in Hoboken since I was there, and I lived there for about 4 years, water main breaks, infrastructure, and these things, and you made a deal with Suez, okay? How good a deal is that, and how do these various elements that you're working on go towards helping the infrastructure, the underground infrastructure in the city? Has it improved? Is it potentially going to get better, or are we still doing patchwork?
So Suez and infrastructure may not be like the sexiest and most interesting topic to the average person, but I can tell you this Suez deal is great for Hoboken, and it's probably the single thing that I'm most proud of. Hoboken has been plagued with water main breaks forever, and we had terrible contracts that were very favorable to Suez, and not that Suez did anything wrong. We just had contracts that allowed them to keep 95% of our water revenues and put the entire burden of upgrading our system on Hoboken taxpayers. That's what we had historically. In 2017, what was presented to us by the prior administration was basically a continuation of that, where Suez was going to be able to keep, this significant amount of proceeds, or I'm sorry, of water revenues, and Hoboken residents were going to see a 15% increase in water rates just to fund infrastructure improvements. What we did with this new Suez contract is say, should Suez keep 95% of the water revenues? And the answer was no, they should only keep significantly less. So we were able to go from Suez keeping $5 million to only keeping $2 million, and that extra $3 million came to Hoboken, and $3 million, almost $3 million a year or $2.5 million a year for 15 years is a lot of money to be invested into upgrading our system. So it's a huge boom, no tax increase, no water rate increase, and all the money we need to be able to do the necessary upgrades to our system. Second, since I've been on the city council, in the first year, what I said to Mayor Zimmer at the time, she said we don't have a water contract that would allow us to make these investments, and I said we have to separate our contract from making the investments. We just have to make them, and if we have to bond for them, we have to start the process. And so under my finance and infrastructure subcommittee, we approved $10 million to start the process even before we had a Suez contract. Those improvements are finally being done this year. So to answer your question, we are literally on a pathway to seeing a total redo of our water system and an end to water main breaks.
Okay.
And yes, I'm very excited, and I probably just put a lot of people to sleep, but I'm excited.
Now, one of